then there was June 19th, 1980.
June 19th, 1980 was another occasion for counter-revolutionary destabilization. A bomb was placed where thousands of Grenadian patriots had gathered. This bomb was placed and intended to eliminate and to make a mass murder of the Grenadian leadership. It did not do that, but 3 women were murdered. Over 100 people were hospitalized, and the investigations of the government proved that those inside Grenada who were involved in placing the bomb and in making sure that it went off, that they were supported by CIA contact men. And this was yet another occasion when we knew that the CIA was involved in the general destabilization of the country.
On the small island of Grenada, at the southern end of the Caribbean chain, the Cubans, with Soviet financing and backing, are in the process of building an airfield with a 10,000-foot runway. Grenada doesn't even have an air force. Who is it intended for? The Soviet-Cuban militarization of Grenada, in short, can only be seen as power projection into the region, and it is
I have talked with appropriate Navy personnel as well as Air Force personnel who stated unequivocally to me in direct response to questions raised. And their statement was that there is no military significance to this airport on the island of Grenada whatsoever. The problems in that region of the world are economic, political, and social and economic. And they have to be solved in that context. These are not military problems.
The present airport is too small for cargo planes and for jets, making it inadequate for meeting the needs of Grenada's agricultural and tourism sectors.
Right now, a lot of people are complaining in struggle to get to Grenada. And when we have our airports, we won't have that problem anymore. People will be able to leave the States, Canada, wherever they're from, and fly direct here. It'll be much easier for them.
Tourism is second to agriculture as Grenada's source of foreign exchange. The State Department actually contacted travel agents and told them that the government would not be responsible for the safety of U.S. citizens who visit Grenada. The new airport will have a 9,800-foot runway, which is a minimum standard length set by international aviation authorities for the landing of jets. Private firms from the United States, Britain, and Finland have performed major parts of the construction work, but by far the greatest assistance in both funding and construction has come from Cuba.
Would not have been possible without the help and assistance of the Cuban. Long live Cuba-Grenada friendship.
Despite Grenada's progress, the United States continues to spread misinformation, not only about the new airport, but also about human rights within the country.
We have to struggle as people who are being destabilized every day to get people out there to understand the really devastating effects of propaganda.
According to the Bureau, it had received complaints about mass torture being practiced by the Bishop government.
You get this whole question of the disinformation being hidden behind the facade of a free press and a free media generally.
The major media, both inside the U.S. and in the Caribbean region, have persistently published stories which reflect the U.S. government's position about Grenada.
It says there are over 700 political prisoners on the island. The number of prisoners far exceeds the capacity of the jails. So Bishop has ordered the construction of prison farms similar to those existing in Cuba. We have some prison farms. They are warehousing prisoners in semi-trailers received from Cuba, in which they hold them for many hours under the intense heat of the sun that practically cooks them. We cooking prisoners now in warehouses. This is the same year when if you drive around Grenada, you see the most amount of signs of activity of building. When more and more nationals from abroad are coming back home and building new houses. When more and more activity is going on in all of the other areas in terms of the programs of the revolution.
Despite all the lies and propaganda, the Grenadian people know the truth and are prepared to defend their revolution.
For hundreds of years, we gave you our labor, our sweat, our tears. True. I think you are very rude to answer me like that. Mr. Imperialist, I am not rude. It is just that I'm fed up with your domination. Why won't you leave me alone? I want to survive in peace. Why do you keep on troubling my economy? We want to travel. We want to travel.
I know I was in pressure when Gabriel was in power, and now I'm free, thank God.
Well, we all was under pressure because I was
We all under pressure.
I used to hide myself.
I joined the militia because I'm trying to protect my grandchildren.
Of course.
Right? And through hiding it, many others join because I'm in age, and if I in age join, the others take step.